Time doesn't discriminate. Whether you're a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or a college graduate contemplating starting a business, we all have the same amount of hours in a week, 168 to be exact. But why is it that some people seem to accomplish so much while others struggle to make progress? In this video, we'll explore the best ways to spend your time wisely, how successful individuals allocate their 168 hours, and strategies you can implement in your own life to maximize productivity and achieve your goals. Let's start by examining the routines of a few highly successful individuals. One such person is Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL, author, and podcaster. Willink is known for his early mornings, waking up at around 4:30 a.m. to engage in intense exercise before tackling his most important task of the day. On social media, he shares black and white photographs of his wristwatch displaying his rising time, as well as snapshots of his post-workout state, a sweat-drenched towel or a barbell. Accompanied by captions urging his followers to get after it, Willink has cultivated a habit of rising early and attacking the day head-on. While 4:30 a.m. may seem extreme to some, the key takeaway here is the importance of cultivating a habit of getting up early and prioritizing your most important task each day. Just like pennies filling a jar, these early mornings will accumulate over time, propelling you towards success. Another individual who understood the value of time management was Benjamin Franklin, an American founding father, inventor, and writer. In his autobiography, Franklin outlined his approach to getting the most out of a regular working day. Like Jocko Willink, Franklin rose early, around 5:00 a.m., and immediately focused on what he valued most. He would ask himself, "What good shall I do this day?" Before attending to his business, afternoons were reserved for reading, reviewing accounts, and dining. In the late evening, Franklin would put things back in their place, reflect on his day, and assess his accomplishments or failures. Franklin knew the importance of aligning tasks with his energy levels, tackling difficult tasks in the morning, administrative tasks in the afternoon, and engaging in reflection before and after sleep. By understanding his own rhythms, Franklin was able to optimize his productivity and make the most of his time. Tim Ferriss, author and productivity mastermind, is a firm believer in the power of deep work. When working on a project, CH is writing a book, Ferriss sets rules for himself, going on no meeting or no conference call diets to eliminate distractions and focus solely on his priority. He dedicates his time and energy to that one thing, avoiding unrelated activities that could divert his attention. While you might not be writing a book, you can still apply this principle by dedicating specific days or even weeks to important projects or themes. By saying no to everything else during those dedicated periods, you can immerse yourself in the task at hand and make significant progress. For example, you could allocate Mondays for business planning, Tuesdays for customer research, Wednesdays for marketing, and so on. The key is taking control of your time and making intentional decisions about how and when you'll spend it, rather than allowing others to dictate your schedule. So how can you implement these strategies in your own life? There are several approaches you can take. You can establish a daily routine that you consistently follow, identifying the most productive times for different tasks based on self-knowledge. Alternatively, you can plan your days and weeks around specific projects, organizing your time accordingly. The key is to be proactive and intentional, taking charge of your schedule rather than being at the mercy of external demands. Remember, you have 168 hours in a week, a seemingly abundant amount of time if used wisely. Take inspiration from successful individuals like Jocko Willink, Benjamin Franklin, and Tim Ferriss. Cultivate a habit of rising early, prioritize your most important tasks, and eliminate distractions to focus on what truly matters. By doing so, you'll be able to make significant progress towards your goals and lead a more productive and fulfilling life. Now, before you go, I want to ask you a question. What actions from this video will you implement in your own life? Take a moment to think about it and commit to making a change. And remember, if you found this video valuable, consider leaving a tip proportional to the value you received. The link can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, make the most of your 168 hours and live a life of productivity and success. Do you ever find yourself sitting down to work on a project, study for an important test, or even just get a simple chore done, but find yourself almost immediately scrolling through social media for hours at a time? While social media can be fun, it unfortunately keeps us from being our most productive selves. Social apps are designed to keep users on them for as long as possible. always providing new content and notifications that demand our attention. This constant stimulation gives us a quick hit of dopamine every time we use social media, which is why we keep coming back and why it's easy to quit working on a difficult task and instead scroll through our feeds. But losing focus is not just about social media distractions. It can also be a result of a distracting environment, not preparing yourself mentally for your work session, or not having the right systems in place to stay on task. The good news is that focusing is something we can learn and practice. It may take time to build your focusing capacity, but through repeating focusing techniques, you can take back control of your own mind and become more productive. In fact, there are many simple things you can implement right away to start seeing results. First and foremost, it's important to prepare yourself and your environment before you begin. This means writing out your to-do list the night before. Planning your tasks in advance allows you to have a clear roadmap for the day, so you don't waste time wondering what you need to do. Be specific with your tasks, such as memorize 20 Spanish words rather than just study Spanish. In addition to planning, getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining focus. Poor sleep can make it incredibly difficult to accomplish anything, as your mind lacks the energy it needs for intense periods of focus. If you're running on low sleep, try taking short 10-minute naps in between tasks to help regain some energy. Choose a time of day to work when you know you'll be at your most energized. Some people feel super refreshed and energized early in the morning, while others feel extra focused in the evening. Find the time that works best for you and schedule your day around it. This way, you'll optimize your focusing abilities. Your environment also plays a significant role in maximizing your focus. Find the right place to work. Extroverted individuals might focus well in a coffee shop with other people around, while introverted individuals may prefer the quiet of their home office. Experiment to find the place that allows you to concentrate the best. Changing your workspace can also stimulate your brain. So if you always work in your bedroom, try moving to the living room to change things up. Having a clean workspace is essential for minimizing distractions. Remove any projects or items that don't relate to what you're immediately working on. The more clutter you have, the more likely you are to switch tasks midway. And perhaps most importantly, turn off your phone or distracting electronics and place them in another room. The luring notifications popping up on our phones can be a significant distraction. Removing the temptation entirely by putting your phone out of sight eliminates a major source of distraction. If you're working on your computer, limit distractions by turning off notifications from other apps, putting your browser in full screen mode, and hiding your bookmarks bar. Before getting to work, take a few minutes to do some breathing exercises and review your to-do list. Mentally preparing yourself right before you start working can make getting started much easier. It's challenging to transition from a scattered mind to a focused one in a matter of seconds, so take the time to calm your mind before diving in. While working, keep a healthy snack and drink nearby. When we feel unfocused, we may be tempted to try quick fixes like caffeine or sugary foods. However, becoming dependent on them to focus can have long-term harmful effects. Nourish yourself with a healthy diet, so your body has all the nutrients it needs to operate at its best. Additionally, turning on classical music, nature sounds, or other calming sounds in the background can enhance your focusing mood. Relaxing music not only calms the mind, but also improves memory and performance. Lastly, remember that focusing intensely for hours on end is not a realistic goal. When I tracked my working hours, I discovered that the actual time I spent being productive during the day was typically between 3 and 4 hours. Expecting yourself to consistently work for 8 hours straight with no breaks is unrealistic and can lead to burnout. Just like with workouts, you need time to rest and recharge, so make sure you set realistic expectations for yourself and give yourself plenty of brain breaks. Take care of your health and don't overexert yourself. Keep working on focusing for extended periods of time, and you'll gradually build up your capacity. But always remember focusing for too long isn't always the best idea. Take breaks, stay healthy, and give yourself permission to rest. By doing so, you'll be able to maximize your productivity and focus like a pro. So, what are the actions you're going to implement in your life after watching this video? How are you going to improve your focusing abilities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. The link can be found in the description. Thank you for watching, and remember, focus leads to success. Imagine for a moment that you are the captain of a great sea voyaging vessel setting out on a journey to an island you've never been to before, but you know has many great riches. The weather is fair, Your maps point a clear course, and everything is going in your favor. However, as you set out on your journey, you discover that your crew members have started to grumble. It seems they have doubts as to whether the island exists, whether the ship can actually make the journey, and whether they why deserve the riches should they find them. The crew decides to mutiny, turn the ship back around, and head for the port where they came from. That seems a bit silly, doesn't it? Not deserve the riches. Even though everything was going well and you, the captain, knew exactly where you were going and what you would find there, they still had doubt. Unfortunately, we do this to ourselves all the time. We sabotage our own endeavors by overthinking the whole thing, casting doubt on ourselves and RTING back to our old habits. Instead of asking out the person we'd really like to be with, starting the business we've always dreamed of, working out regularly, or any other number of important actions we know we should take in order to have a happy, fulfilling life, we mutiny ourselves and send us back where we came from. Nothing changes, and we never find the treasure. But we can gain control of the crew members that are our emotions by following a few steps to make sure we forge ahead despite fear. The first thing we can do is change the way we think about our goals. In Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within: How to Take Immediate Control of Your Mental, Emotional, Physical, and Financial Destiny, he explains that some people make so many evaluations that even a minor decision turns into a major production. In order to exercise, they must 1. Get up, 2. Find some workout wear they don't look too fat in, 3. Pick out the right athletic shoes, 4. Pack everything up in their gym bag, 5. Ep over to the gym, 6. Find a parking spot, 7. Climb the stairs, 8. Sign in, 9. Go into the locker room, 10. Squeeze into the workout clothes, and 11. Finally attend the class, hit the stationary bicycle, and sweat like crazy. And then when they're done, 12, they have to do all of this again in reverse. Of course, these same people can easily get themselves to go to the beach. They're ready in a heartbeat. When we think of all the micro steps we have to take to reach our goals, we inevitably overwhelm ourselves and freeze before we even take the first step. Instead of overthinking and breaking the action into a million pieces, it can be helpful to think of the action you need to take as one big step, or one chunk. By changing the way we think about going to the gym or whatever it is we're trying to do, we can change our emotional response to the action. Just going to the gym sounds simple and doable, and we're therefore much more likely to actually do it because we're not emotionally overwhelmed. Next, remember that other people are mostly interested in themselves. No one is really paying too close attention to you. That may seem harsh, but it's actually liberating. The reality is that other people are so absorbed with their own struggles, fears, failures, successes, and what they're going to have for dinner tonight that they rarely take too much time out of their day to consider what you're up to. When we remember this, we're less likely to fear the judgment of others because we know it's really an issue. Try meditation. Practicing meditation is incredibly helpful for clearing the mind and centering your emotions. With the breath, you can exhale all your self-doubt and anxieties and inhale energy and determination to move forward despite your feelings. If you're a new meditator, try one of the many meditation apps on your phone. Even if you meditate for just a few minutes, it can produce incredible results. Let the buzz of thoughts in your head out onto the page. When we overthink, our heads can get so clouded with buzzing thoughts that we can't really evaluate each idea clearly and realistically. A great way to reduce overthinking is to journal your thoughts. Write down everything you're thinking without holding back. Just get it all down on paper so it's out of your head. Then reread your writing and debunk each of your fears and anxieties. Ask yourself questions like, is this fear really worth keeping me from trying something new? Will this fear result in my death or the end of the world? Am I just negotiating with myself to try and get out of doing something I know I should do? When we evaluate each of our fears, they lose their power because we realize that they aren't as big a problem as we thought they were. And if you can't journal, talk out loud. If journaling doesn't appeal to you, you can accomplish the same thing by talking with someone you trust. Airing your thoughts and feelings often makes them lose their power so you can move forward with your goals. You might realize that your overthinking has been ridiculous and the problem isn't so complex. Or the person you talk with might have some insight you hadn't considered yet. Embrace your self-doubt. One of the best things we can do to overcome our self-doubt is actually embrace it. Make the decision to embrace your discomfort, embarrassment, adopt a learning mindset, and accept that failure is a possibility. And that's okay. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I fail? If the answer does not include dying, then you will probably be fine. We have to realize that the only way to learn is to try new things, which means we'll probably end up messing things up sometimes and looking a little silly. Remember, that's part of the process and totally natural. In fact, you can even plan on doing it wrong first. This will give you the permission to let go of perfection. Most importantly, take action anyway. After you embrace your self-doubt, embarrassment, fear, and anxiety, you have to take action in spite of them. When we take action, we accomplish a variety of things. We stop overthinking because we're focused on moving forward. We actually move towards our goal, obviously, and we give ourselves momentum so the next time we encounter self-doubt, we remember that the last time wasn't so bad and we can forge ahead regardless. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Continue this process over and over again until you gain confidence in yourself that you can achieve your goals and that you are not an imposter. Self-doubt is a habit, but so is self-confidence. To replace the one with the other takes a bit of time. To break the self-doubt habit, you have to repeatedly take action despite your feelings. Nothing stings more than not reaching your full potential because you sabotaged yourself by thinking you weren't good enough, smart enough, or whatever enough. Not being whatever enough should not be the barrier to entry for trying to achieve something meaningful. So don't let yourself be the reason you didn't even try. And don't let those pesky crew members steer your ship away from its destination. Remember, you can be the captain of your own ship and reach the riches you desire if you take control of your emotions, change the way you think about your goals, embrace your self-doubt, and take action anyway. Now, I pose a question to you: what actions from this video are you going to implement in your life? If you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. The link can be found in the video description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.